Well, hello everybody and welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to take a look at Rotom Box. Obviously with the arrival of the new set, Phantasmal Flames, these Rotoms got quite a big buff actually, thanks to Rotom EX. And hopefully this list is going to be quite fun to play. So as per usual, in the description below there's going to be usual links to the deck list, which is also available to copy in the description below. There's the games that we'll play and the outro and what I think of the deck. So, the main star of the show here is the new Rotom EX. With 190 HP, he's a lightning type, and he has the ability Multi-Adapter. Each of your Pokemon that has Rotom in its name may have up to 2 Pokemon tool cards attached. If this ability goes away, for example, just to, reiterate, if something like a Clefairy or a, if the Rotom is knocked out itself, just two things that came to my mind there. Discard Pokemon tools from those Pokemon until only one remains on each. Then we do have an attack with this guy. Thunderbolt, 130 damage for a Lightning and a Colorless. And then you discard all energy. Personally, we're probably not going to be attacking with this. If we can, I'll do it for the content. But yeah, that's not primarily why he's in here. We do have the Baby Rotom, which covers that Lightning weakness anyway, thanks to its Gadget Show attack. We're also running Wash Rotom. This is mainly for the Charizard matchup, because obviously Charizard is playing the Mega right now. And for just 6 tools in play, this guy will one-shot a Charizard. So, yeah, they're not going to be happy that a little occupied washing machine is going to be one-shotting their big precious Charizard. We also have Heat Rotom for the Goldengo matchup and just, versatility. It's also good into Venusaur and Tealmask. We also have a Shaymin in here, because otherwise we get bodied by Terrabox. And we also have the Mow Rotom for the Dark Charizard and Marnie's Grimmsnarl. Obviously, we are going to struggle into matchups like Marnie's Grimmsnarl, and we're also really going to struggle into Dragapult. So that's kind of why I've added in a Lillie's Clefairy. Now, it is a 2-prizer, which, we are playing 2 prizes anyway because of the Rotom EX. But we are playing 1 copy of the Lillie's Pearl in here. At least if I remember rightly, it's one copy of it. And that makes Lillie's Clefairy a 1-prizer when it's took out by damage. Keyword there. But naturally, Lillie's Clefairy will be a very useful attacker, because we're already playing Psychic Energy anyway, because obviously we need to for the Clefairy. But the Gadget Show Pokemons that we do have don't really care what basic energy you play. Now, I went with Psychic, and I went with Lightning. Now, I think a better build could be including, like the Mela Fire Energy package. I have tried that, but it didn't feel very consistent, and it took up a lot of space. So I've gone with a more conventional route, but you could very easily sneak in 2 Fire Energy and, have the option of doing the Melas as well. But so far that's been quite clunky in testing. So let's go to the deck list and let's have a proper look. And welcome to the deck list. So this has been a deck list that I've been really wanting to play and, really make work. And honestly, it's been very fun to test. Obviously, the original version I was playing was the Mela Fire Energy package. Obviously, if you don't remember what Mela does, it's if your Pokemon was knocked out by damage from an attack, you take a Fire Energy, put it onto one of your Pokemon, and you draw till you have 6. That's nice and all, but I'll be honest, because we play EXP shares anyway at a 4 count, never really saw the need, and even then, a lot of the time we can just do, we can just have 4 Lillies in the list and 4 Pokégears, which so far has actually been better. So obviously we're playing 2 Mow Rotoms, 2 Heat Rotoms, 2 Rotom EX, 1 Wash Rotom, 1 Lillie's Clefairy EX, 1 Rotom for the Lightning type coverage, 1 Shaymin and 1 Tatsugiri. Tatsugiri is so good if you can't get your Pokégears. 4 Lillies, 3 Arven, 2 Boss, 2 Crispin, 4 Nest Ball, 4 Pokégear, 1 Super Rod, 1 Night Stretcher, 1 Treasure Tracker as our A-Spec, which lets us search up to 5 Pokemon tools, reveal them, putting them into our hand, and shuffle the deck. 1 Counter Catcher, 1 Earthen Vessel, 4 copies of Brave Bangle, you can actually stack these, believe it or not. 4 EXP shares, 3 Air Balloons, 3 Lucky Helmets, 1 Lillie's Pearl, and 1 TM Turbo Energize. Then for our Stadium, we're only playing 1, we're playing an Artazon, and then for Energy, we're playing 4 Psychic, 4 Lightning. The Lucky Helmets in here are surprisingly good. It's a good tool card that I must admit I forgot existed. But, having the option to just have one of your Pokemon knocked out and then you draw 2 cards. You can also stack these, by the way. Having the option to potentially draw 2 or 4 cards is actually kind of crazy when you think about it. Because like I said, if we're putting at least one Lucky Helmet on one of our attackers plus a Bangle, and we have EXP shares on the bench plus Lucky Helmets, we could potentially take a lot in terms of like draw power and stuff. Then obviously we have the Lillie's Determination, we have the Pokégears. Now, the only other consideration card I'd want to put in here is a Fez, but obviously we don't want to play too many 2 prizes. Obviously, Lillie's Clefairy is negated by Lillie's Pearl for the most part. But obviously, the Rotom EX is, as you can see, quite spongy at just 190 HP. So in other words, Dragapult licks its lips at this deck, and well, as it should. But that's sort of why I've gone with a Lillie's Clefairy and Lillie's Pearl package. I just think that's the best approach to deal with them, because obviously, in order to one-shot a, shall we say, a fully kitted Dragapult, we're going to need 11 tools on our Pokemon. Assuming we don't have Bangles in play, but we will. But you get my point. We need 11 tools in play if we don't use the Bangles. And that, to me, is just a bit of a stretch. And, you know, it's one of those that, like, I'd rather just play Psychic Energy and just have the Clefairy, which we can Crispin to. We can also put an EXP share plus the Lillie's Pearl, or the Lillie's Pearl on it, and just, you know, have it on the bench sitting pretty. You know, we have that option where required. And I think, personally, that's just the best approach to have in this deck. Obviously, we have type coverage of Grass, Fire, Lightning, and also another Lightning, and also Water. So we do have a lot of type coverage in this deck naturally, but we also have Psychic now, which is good against Lucario and things like that. So, you know, we have a lot of options, and I think it's just the best way to approach this deck. So, let's go to some games, see how we do. And welcome to the first game. I'm looking forward to seeing how Rotom Box actually does. I've not been playing much of the ladder, I must admit. It's been a slow process, because obviously I've been trying to like modify my deck list, because, you know, when you have first drafts and everything like that, you don't always go with the actual deck that you did. So for example, the Mega Heracross deck, that's been through 2 different drafts. That went through the Survival Brace draft and the Sparkling Crystal one, which is the one I eventually went with. And like I said, it's been actually quite fun. I've been enjoying playing these different decks. You'll like the next deck that's coming up, that's for sure. Obviously, that'll be on Monday when that deck goes out. But yeah. Let's see what happens. So, do we want to go first? No, we don't. Let's see what we're facing. We're starting the Clefairy. That's a bit shaky, but we should be okay. Let's see what happens. It depends on the matchup. Lucario. Okay. This could get ugly then, because this is not an easy matchup for us. The only way we actually do something here is if, you know, we top deck Crispin. Which, I don't know if we're going to top deck it. But it'd be nice if we did, because I can just go Crispin to the Clefairy. And then just bench something with a Nest Ball and then go from there. They're playing Kangaskhan, interestingly enough. We'd need 10 tools in play to knock that out, assuming no Bangles. Because it's a 30 times for Gadget Show. But let's see what we top deck. Fingers crossed we can, you know, do something. There's a Psychic Energy. That is pretty useful. So we'll play down the Nest Ball. I don't want to grab Rotom EX just yet. I'm just going to grab the Heat Rotom. It doesn't really matter which Rotom we grab. It's just, you know, we kind of need to get our boys set up. So, we can then Nest Ball from Mow, because a Mow Rotom is pretty useful. I can Air Balloon the Clefairy to get it out of the active. I'd rather lose the Mow, realistically. I could attach a Lightning to him. Free Retreat, and we'll Turbo Energize. And we will split the energies. That way I at least have some degree of an attacker. Obviously he does have Kangaskhan, but hopefully we should be okay here. Obviously if he goes double Premium Power Pro and takes out our Mow, that's just unfortunate, but we can deal with that. It's not the end of the world. I've just got to hope he kind of plays into the Clefairy, because obviously we don't have a lot going for us right now. With the Lucky Helmet down, we don't actually take out the Riolu. But if he gusts the Heat Rotom and takes that out, we could actually KO the Lunatone because of weakness. Because Lunatone is weak to grass. He's probably just reading the Rotoms, which is fair enough. We're not really... Okay, he's not actually doing anything. That's good for me. I'll take that. So we will free retreat you into the Clefairy. And yeah, we'll just full move Rondo, take it out. I don't know what my opponent's doing here. And before anyone says paid actor, I mean, you could accuse me of that if you want. I don't really mind. But no, I don't know what my opponent was doing there. They just didn't do anything. I guess they got pretty pissed that obviously I'm playing Clefairy. Obviously now we can't use Lillie's Pearl on Clefairy, but we don't have to. We can just attach it to a Mow Rotom or something like that. It doesn't hugely matter. So why did he pass then? That's very strange. I'm not sure why he did that. I mean, like I said, we do need a lot to take out this Kangaskhan. We need 10 tools in play. That is assuming no Bangles. With Bangles, because remember, we can double stack Bangles, which is busted. We'd be doing plus 60, plus 60 again for the tools. So we wouldn't actually need that many. But no, I'm not sure what my opponent planned to do there, I'll be brutally honest with you. I'm not really sure. But hey, we'll take it. We'll take the easy prize card. Obviously, ideally, I want a 1-prizer in the active, but obviously he has access to counter catcher and stuff like that, you know. But no, generally, I'm not sure what my opponent was planning there. Like, we can very easily get this Clefairy going. It's not a difficult card to get going. But there's a Makuhita. That could be a problem. We could also just ping the Kangaskhan and then, you know, do something with that, but let's see what we get off the top. There's a Nest Ball. We'll definitely take that. I don't want to grab Rotom EX just yet. I'm going to grab the Wash Rotom. Might as well get the whole squad down, eh? Pokégear, we get a Lillies. Nice. So I'm going to Lucky Helmet the Wash, just in case he, like, gusts it or something. And we'll Lillies. Okay, that's pretty good. So we can do that to you. I can bench the Heat and put a Bangle on him. I mean, I can hit this for 200 if he takes out the Clefairy. I then just counter catcher this and take 3 prizes. So I think it's fine to do that. We'll just form in Rondo. Damage the Kangaskhan. And we'll just see what happens. I'm assuming he's going to play Tura for turn, though, if he can find it. Because that's going to be the best line for him by far, is Tura that Kangaskhan. But obviously, we're going to be giving up 2 prizes thanks to the Clefairy, which is kind of annoying. Protective Goggles, that's fine, because we're not doing weakness. There's Maximum Belt. Does he have the Retreat or a Turo? He wouldn't put the goggles down if he didn't have Turo, but he could be thinning. I don't think he has anything. Does he not have Turo? Or like, I don't. Well, he can't use Jet now because, well, Jet is out of the question. He's just attached for turn. If that's your only line, matey, that's not looking good for you. We don't even need to use our boys. But no, I'm going to Lillies for turn anyway because, you know, we might as well get a draw of 6. But no, this is not looking good for my opponent. The only thing I'd want next turn is an energy attachment. Ideally, I'd want to put it probably on the Mow Rotom, because obviously the Heat Rotom will get an energy anyway. But no, I think they whiffed a Turo, which is unfortunate. Iono, I'll take it. We do get 5 at least. Crispin, Boss, Treasure Tracker, I'll take it. That's not bad at all. That does mean no retreat from him, though, which is good. We can very easily go for Boss onto the Mega Lucario, should he put it down with the Clefairy. Mega Signal, I think he's going to grab it. Oh, please do, mate. Yes, put it down. You know you want to. Act like you can hear me, and there we go. There's the Lucario. Does he play a Switch, is my question. He has the Switch. Okay, that's fine. We can just boss the Mega Kangaskhan. It's not a big deal. But that is one very angry Lucario. He can't use Aura Jab. He needs a Power Pro to do that, because he'd be 10 short. But no, we're going to be upsetting this guy, that's for sure. Hopefully we get a Nest Ball off the top, because we could potentially take out this Lucario eventually. With our squad of Mow Rotoms and stuff like that. He's got the Power Pro, that's fine. So now he can accelerate energy. And Aura Jab for knock. He does take 2 prizes, but we do get to respond with our squad of kitchen and or garden appliances. It's a shame we don't have like a Rotom phone. Obviously, a Rotom phone isn't technically a variant of it. But no, it's quite funny how we have that. Let's promote the Heat Rotom. So we can boss this for turn. Oh, now you're just rubbing it in, aren't you? Right. So, we're just going to boss the Kangaskhan. Do I want to play this treasure tracker? I don't think I do. So yeah, we'll just gadget show for 120. Take out the Kangaskhan. Nice! Taking 3 prize cards. 1, 2, 3. There's the Lightning Rotom and one of our energies. Sweet. I really do need to find... because in actuality, we could win next turn if we find Crispin. Well, we have Crispin in hand. But if we find Night Stretcher, we could win this turn. Or this next turn. Assuming we don't get hand disrupted, that is. We could win this turn. Or this next coming turn. We could even win if we top deck Nest Ball. Because we can get multiple tools down. So we have 4 tools in play right now. Obviously, it'll be 3 once this Heat Rotom goes down. We've got 4 tools in hand plus Treasure Tracker. We could actually do it. We'd be able to get, what, 9 tools in play? So that's 12 tools. We could take out the Lucario with one of our kitchen/garden appliances. Which is crazy. Like, genuinely, that's crazy. But we need Nest Ball to do it. If not, it's not a major deal. But I would like to. So like I say, we can take him out with one of our kitchen appliances. Let's promote the Mow. There's Artazon. That's pretty good. So we don't get the knockout here, but we can get pretty dang close. So we'll EXP share the Mow. Bench the Rotom. Do I want to bangle anyone? I mean, I want to ideally find another, EXP share. So I'm actually going to play the Treasure Tracker. I know obviously grabbing them all in case we get Ionod is a bad thing, but it just means we have more options. I'll then play Crispin, because we're probably not going to be using this card all that much. I'm going to put it on the Wash Rotom. And yeah, we'll just gadget show for 150. We've got a long way to go before we're taking out this Lucario, but I can live with that. We could still lose though. He does have Switch. We know that. He has Switch in his hand. We could win if we get a Rotom EX top deck. We could win with that. There's another Mega Lucario. Let's see what we get. Like I say, if we get Rotom EX, like a Nest Ball, we are in business. We can take out this Lucario this turn. I don't think we can take out the one on the bench, but if we do double Bangle, we can. There's Turo. That's fine. It's getting a bit squeaky bum time now. But, we are still at... They're going to take only 1 prize for this, so it's not a big deal. How many Turos are they down? That's their only Turo they've gotten rid of. We could still take it out. There is that option. There's Fighting Gong. I'm kind of hoping that we do get the top deck. Because Night Stretcher won't do it, unfortunately. Because obviously we can't get back Clefairy because we need Super Rod. We'd need Super Rod plus Crispin. And we've already played both our... Well, we played one of our Crispins. But no, this isn't looking too good. But like I said, we are a single prize archetype. We can afford to take our time. But, Fighting Energy to the Lucario. And he can just Aura Jab. And there's the Aura Jab. Take out the Mow. He could set up Solrock as a single prize attacker here. But he could also set up Makuhita. He's got 3 energy in the discard pile. He could easily do that. Depends on what he wants to do, I guess. And looks like he's doing that. That's completely fine. So we'll do that, and we'll do that. So yeah, we need a miracle off this top. Let's promote the Lightning Rotom. And we'll draw for turn. Lillie's Determination. That is really bad for us. Because that does mean we have to shuffle back these tools. I can fit out Tatsu, I guess. Do that. Attach Lillies. That feels bad to have the Lillies there, but that does get us a Super Rod. I could bluff maybe and do this. But ultimately it's not looking too great. I can bench the Shaymin, but I don't think it's worth it. Let's Pokégear. Does Arven get us what we need? I'm just trying to think here. It does get a CD, so we could potentially do that. So we're doing 150 right now. Let's do it. Gadget show for 150. We just got to hope he doesn't have enough Thorough, I guess. Because if he does, we are kind of boned here. If he has another Turo, we are kind of losing here, which is unfortunate. We also need to hit 190 damage, so we need 7 tools in play to do it, assuming no Bangles. We've not been able to really set up too well, which is quite unfortunate, but I'm kind of hoping that he doesn't have it. He did have a Fez. He's retreating, that's good. That's good. That's good for us. He does still have Knockout here. But this is not looking good for us. The only other way we win is if we top deck Counter Catcher. That's the only other way we win. It's taken him a while to make his actions, which is unfortunate. Oh, this is stressful. But, well, that's the nature of the game, unfortunately. At least I get EXP share value onto the Mow. The Mow could win us this game. But no, I need counter... In fact, do I actually win with Counter Catcher? Hold on. I'll have 4 tools in play. I could get to 180, but I need Bangle. It's just gonna pass? What? I wasn't expecting him to do that. Right, so I don't know why my opponent passed there. That's very strange. We do have Crispin in deck. I wasn't expecting him to do that. Because I could only put 1 tool in play. Right, fail that. Fail that. I could just swing. And I think it's correct to do so. I'll Night Stretcher to grab back that Psychic Energy, just so I have it. I could attack this, but I don't think it's correct to do so. Because like I said, we're doing 150, 180. Because I can't CC and boss in the same turn. Yeah, I think I just hit this Lucario. I think that's correct, because if he takes a prize card here... Mow Rotom gets the energy anyway, and then we can CC, we can grab we'll use Arven, grab the EX, bench it, and put multiple tools in play. Enough off the top. There's Switch. He's going into the fresh Lucario, that's fine. How many Switches do you play? That's 2 Switch. Very unusual for a Lucario to play 2 Switch. But no, I think... if we get the right top deck, we could win this turn. Because if we get Crispin, we also win. Well, if we get Clefairy off the top, that'd be pretty nice. But then again, Clefairy doesn't win us the game. Like I said, I don't know why he's been playing it this way. I can CC this, but obviously I don't know if he plays a second Turo. Down goes our Rotom. That's fine. I think I just fall short, but then again, I could put Bangles down. I could put Bangles on my Pokemon. So I think we do have game with a Mow. I could put Bangle on the Mow. We should have game here. So let's promote the Mow. And we will draw for turn. Okay, so we'll Arven, the Nest Ball, Bangle. Let me do my maths right. So, Nest Ball, Rotom EX. Do that. So we're doing 180. Yeah, we have game. So we Counter Catcher. And we take out the Lucario. Thanks to the Brave Bangle there. Oh, that was close. I don't know why my opponent was slow playing so hard. I get it, you're against a single prize mainly focused deck, but oh, that's definitely got the heart rate going. But at least we managed to claw out the win. Alright, let's go to a game 2. All I'll say is thank God they printed Brave Bangle, because we wouldn't have won that without that. I couldn't remember the maths, because I knew it was like plus 30, but I was like, how many tools do I actually need? And, well, I don't actually need that many, thanks to Brave Bangle, which is always nice. But, no, that was really close. Like I say, because we started the Clefairy, that's why it was really squeaky bum time. If we didn't start the Clefairy, we could have had a lot easier time into that matchup, but, you know, that's what happens when you start a two-prizer. It's just how it is, unfortunately. And speaking of the devil, we start her again. We're only playing one copy of this, right? Are we going first or second? We're going first. Oh, God. I mean, I can attach to it, I guess. Attach then Air Balloon. Oh, you've got to be joking me. It's Mega Heracross with freaking Crostal. Oh. I mean, to be fair, it's not too bad, but no, this is bad. This is kind of bad. Pass. I mean, I can boss the Bulbasaur, I guess, if they put enough in play, but I don't really want to do that. I could just attach to the Clefairy. At least I can attack with it, you know. But no, Mega Heracross, Bulbasaur, Tilmask, Ogerpon, Dwebble. Yeah, I don't know what my opponent's cooking, but... Well, we do have the Heat Rotom in this matchup. That's something to consider. That's why I'm playing two copies. And also, Dengo's still quite a good deck, so, you know, I kind of wanted to do that. There's some grass. He can go straight in with Ascension if he wants, which is annoying, but, well, luckily we have an answer to that, which is Heat Rotom. And I'm kind of glad we do, because this matchup would be horrible if we didn't. Okay, Nest Ball for another Tilmask. Tilnance again. I mean, at least he's getting a lot of energy into play. Like, that Heracross could potentially be a threat in this matchup if we can't one-shot it. But obviously, we are playing the Heat Rotom, which we only need 5 in play to take out that Mega Heracross. Which is fine by me. There's the Wash Rotom. Nice. I'll attach an energy to him, because obviously I could easily get something off the Lilies. So let's see what we get. Okay, nothing great, but we can still get a Heat Rotom down. I could go into Tatsu, but like I get a Lilies anyway, which I think is fine. So I'm just going to attach double EXP share. And I'm just going to pass. I'm not in a rush here. If he manages to take out the Clefairy this turn, I'm not hugely bothered because I'll just go... Obviously, I get value off the EXP share here anyway, which will go on to Heat Rotom. I only need 5 tools in play to take out that Heracross. How many do I need for a Mega Venusaur? I need 7, I think. Yeah. I need 7 tools. Okay, Lilies for 8. That's pretty good for the opponent. Bug catching. Does he play the Meganium? No, but he does have the Venusaur. Oh, he's a Candy build. Okay, he's playing it the weird way. I don't think he should be playing Candy. He's just, you know, I don't like it. He can attack with the Crostal now if he wants. No, he's just going straight in with the Venusaur, it looks like. Oh, no, he's not. He's an energy short. But did he attach for turn? I lost track. Okay, that's fine. Like I say, it's bloody miracle how we start at 2 prizes. Like, this much, man. Like, come on. But anyway. Oh, we get Crispin there. Crispin's useful. We could go in with Heat Rotom now, but I don't think that's the correct answer. I could go with Wash if we get enough off the Lilies, but to play it safe, I'm just going to go for the Lilies. There's Rotom EX, which is nice. Obviously, he could Gust this, so I don't really want to put it down. I can grab another Heat Rotom, though. Then I can go Lily's Pearl to you, Bangle to you, Attach to you, and that should be a knockout. Yep, there we go. Good work, Wash. You sent him to the cleaners. Pardon the pun. That was a god-awful pun, I know. If you think that pun was bad, let me know in the comments, because that was horrendous. But yeah, I kind of had to make that joke. Why is there a Monkey Dory in there? I think my opponent has left the oven on. Get it? Because Heat Rotom's an oven. Yeah, yeah, I'll stop with the jokes, don't worry. Bug catching set. So we need 7 tools in play to actually take out this guy. He is a big boy. So to comfortably do it, we need a energy attach per turn. Or we need an energy off the top to comfortably do it. If not, I think I can Arven and still get a tool. Well, I can get a Bangle, actually. Because then I'd only need 6. Yeah, I mean, we could be okay here, actually. The Heat Rotom's here for this reason. This is why I'm playing 2 Heat Rotoms. Because obviously there's a lot of Teal Dance going around, there's a lot of Venusaur, there's a lot of... Well, there's not a lot of Heracross, but, you know, I've not long done a video on Heracross, so, you know... I'm just helping a friend, they're playing Stray at the minute. If you've never played Stray, it's a really good game. But yeah, I need a little bit off this top deck, but we should be okay here. I'll promote the Clefairy, because obviously it does have the free retreat, and we get the energy. I cannot ask for anything more. So we'll put down the Rotom EX, we'll do that, we'll play the Arven. We don't have Treasure Tracker, but that's fine. I thought I did, but it's okay. Do I still get it with the Bangle? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm one shot, but I can do the Heracross, so it's not a big deal. Counter Catch a Brave Bangle does get me it, because it's 50. Yeah, I could just do it to the I could just Counter Catch at this. So I'm going to Bangle here, attach an energy, free retreat. Oh wait, no, I've just realised I can't Counter Catch her. I mean, to be fair, I can still attack with this anyway. I'm doing 300, which is fine. Yeah, I mean, we can still hit it anyway. It's not a big deal, but obviously we've just got to be careful of this Monkey Dory potentially taking out Clefairy. Obviously, Jungle Dump will heal it 30. The Monkey will heal it 30. But no, this is fine. I'm not hugely worried about this. You can obviously put it on the Clefairy and start putting threat... Why are you putting it there? Put it on the Clefairy. Genuinely, just put it on the Clefairy. I don't know what my opponent's planning here, but it's fine. I mean, if he leaves the Clefairy alive, which he's probably going to because he's just Lilies for turn, we can actually attack with the Clefairy here. There's Secret Box. Interested in playing that now, which is very odd. But no, I'd love to take out that Heracross, but I forgot we're on even prizes. I thought he took 2 prizes for some strange reason. I thought he was ahead of me. But no. It's because of the Crostal. I think the Crostal just threw me off. Switch, Hilda, Area 0. Okay. Interesting. Obviously, another factor we have to be careful of in this matchup is the Rotom EX. So that's just something to be mindful of. It can die to a Venusaur. And before anyone says, Joe, you're not playing any Bravery Charm, it still dies. It's 240 damage. But no, we can take out this... we can take this guy out now, which is good. We can also get a turn attachment onto the Heat Rotom. We need 2 Brave Bangles. Is he going to play... Like, is he just going to attack? Because if he doesn't, I just wipe out his guy. He's going for the switch. Oh, that's not good, mate. I still hit you for weakness. Solar Transfer. Maybe he's going for Mountain Ramming. Maybe? I don't know. He could. It is a line, technically speaking. Yeah, he's going for Mountain Ramming. Makes the most sense here, to be honest. I can kind of catch it. I mean, to be fair, I want to take out the Heracross. Yeah, Fountain Ramming. Gets rid of an EXP share. That could be important. But no, I think it's just correct to, one, promote the Clefairy, but also take it out with a Heat Rotom. Let's see what we can do here. There's an energy. Pretty useful. We'll have to Crispin for turn, though. So go into the Heat. Do that. And yeah, we'll just go and take out this this Mega Heracross. Gadget Show 360 because of weakness. Take 3 prize cards. We've not been able to put any EXP shares down, which is annoying. There's our treasure tracker. That's good. But this could be ugly if he manages to take a 3 prize turn here, which I don't think he can. But he could if he plays Briar, which, given, you know, his list and everything, he could possibly play Briar. I don't know. I genuinely do not know. There's a Ivysaur. Does he play... Does he play Neo Uppers? Well, in fact, no. He's played Secret Box. What am I on about? There's another Venusaur, which is fine. Ideally, we want to top deck Boss, because Boss gets us the game on the Mega Venusaur. Hopefully we should be okay, though. There's the Adrenabrain. Where's he going to put it, though? Like, he should have been putting it on the Clefairy from the start, and I think he's now working it out, which is good. Solar Transfer. He can take us out with a Tilmask, but we only need 2 prize cards. If he attacks with the Tilmask... Well, in fact, no, we're actually a bit short. We're actually a bit short, but then again, we could just... No, we can't do it. We need to top that Boss this turn. We need to top that Boss, because then we could just boss this Venusaur. Although, I could potentially get game if I manage to find enough attackers. So, in fact, no, I just have game now, don't I? Let me just check if I have Nest Balls. Hold on. I have Nest Balls now. I miscounted on thingy. I should have Nest Balls left. Yeah, we have game. We have game with Clefairy. Because I just go grab this, put this down, play the Arven for Nest Ball. We'll just thin a tool out. I miscounted on Clefairy, so if anyone decides to say, Joe, you miscounted, yeah, feel free to quote me on that. And yeah, we just win with full move Rondo. That's game. And that is a win against Mega Venusaur. We at least got to use the Heat Rotom, which is why I kind of put 2 in the deck, but there we go. Let's go to a Game 3. And welcome back to Game 3. That was a little bit shaky, I must admit, even with the Heat Rotoms. But we weren't really able to get our EXP shares down. Obviously, we did get 1 milled, which was quite disappointing. But it's not the end of the world, but we still managed to claw it out because of the Heat Rotoms. Just having access to Fire-type coverage is just so nice. I would say we cooked that matchup, but we really didn't. Like, that was a bit squeaky bum time. And we're going first again. Okay, sure. We do start the Mow, but we don't start a whole lot else. That is a whole lot of tools. That is a whole lot of tools, which I don't want to see. And it's Lucario again. Okay. Well, attach. Lucky Helmet in case you get Brave with Accelerating Stab. Pass. Yeah, this is not a good start. Maybe he'll Iono me. Maybe the tools in hand are a bit of a bluff. I don't know. Like, maybe, I guess. Nest Ball. We need a miracle off the top, let's put it that way. What the hell are you playing? Have you just chucked a load of Mega Pokemon in your hand, well, in your deck, and just thought, yeah, this will work? I don't want to know this guy's deck list. That's not in a mean way. I'm just saying, like, I don't think I want to know it. Clefairy's a good top deck, though. I can do that, attach here. Gadget Show for 60. Clefairy is a pretty nice top deck, I must admit. He did just grab Lucario though, so, you know. And that 60 damage on that Riolu will actually matter later down the line. Well, obviously now it's Lucario, but that makes our job a lot easier. Crispin? Huh? Am I going to get cooked by a 60 card pile? I think I'm getting cooked by a 60 card pile, but we do get draw off the Lucky Helmet here. Yeah, I don't know what the hell my opponent's playing. And we do get a draw, which is nice. We do need quite a bit, though, to actually knock out this Lucario. Let's see what we can do, because if we don't get anything, we just kind of lose here. So, we need to hit 280, which we're miles off of actually doing that. So, what I'm just thinking here is I'm thinking just go into... Well, in fact, I could go Astonish, actually. Because I top deck Lightning Energy. That's probably where it's at. I think that's probably a smart play. I bangle... I don't want to double bangle. I don't think it's worth it. But then I attach for turn. I go into the Rotom. I Astonish for 50. That's pretty good. That's not why I'm playing Lightning Energy, but that's pretty good. Our hand is obviously empty, but that's pretty good. And that 50 does actually matter in the long run. But getting rid of that Charizard's pretty nice. Yeah, we need a top deck energy now. Or just Lillie's Determination would go hard off the top. Right, just promote the Clefairy, because at least we could potentially hit the knockout. Tatsugiri. Well, we can retreat into that. And attract customers. We do get the Lillies. That's pretty cracked. Okay, okay. We don't really have a lot going for us right now. We could Treasure Tracker for Turbo Energize. That could be a line. Let's see. I don't think it's in there. Oh, it is. Good. So we'll just do that. So yeah, we'll just do that. Attach the energy. And Turbo Energize. We might as well put one Lightning Energy on the Rotom. It doesn't hugely matter. Because Clefairy will get this Psychic anyway if he doesn't have Gust. But like I said, I don't know what my opponent's playing, so I don't know if he has Gust. You know, I don't know if he has actual Gust. Larry's skill? What? I'm sorry for the voice crack there, but... What? Discard your hand and search your deck for a Pokemon, a support card, and a basic energy card. What? Oh, I'm not even gonna... I'm very confused now, folks. I must admit, I'm very confused. He could retreat into the Zard? No, he's just got Aura Jab. What the hell is my... Maybe Lucario and Charizard is his favourite Pokemon or something. I don't know. Genuinely, I don't, but... Honestly, I've never seen anything like it. Well, we're going to put the Shaymin down, because at least we get an extra tool in play. I can do that, and then I'll Lillies. I'm seriously being cooked by a pile. Alright, so let's get back you, and you. I can Nest Ball for the Mow, because the Mow's going to matter in this situation. Do that. I can Lily's Pearl it as well, just so I have more damage. 240, that's enough. Barely, but it's enough. Oh, that's lucky. Right. We could still win against this abomination of a deck. But we're going to need quite a bit. We're going to obviously need to get Pokemon in play first. So we've got a Lily's Pearl plus a Lucky Helmet. So we have no Bangles down. But no, this is an abomination of a deck. Like, Fire Energy, Larry's Skill. I've never seen anyone play Larry's Skill, genuinely. But no, I do not have a Scooby what my opponent's playing. but he is beating me with it, technically speaking. Ultra Ball handheld fan? What? What is this man cooking? He's 100%. He's left a stove on. I'll tell you that right now. Well, there goes that Clefairy. I'm going to promote the Shaymin because at least if we whiff, we do have options here. Well, there's a Rotom EX. So that's actually pretty good. That does get us the knockout. At least if I've done my maths right. So retreating to you. Yeah, 360. So now we're Crispin. For our last energies in deck. Do that. Gadget Show 360. Take out the Charizard. Obviously now he can move an energy around. But that's fine. I don't have a Scooby what my opponent's playing. I really don't. And it's actually kind of hurting my head trying to piece it all together. There's an energy off the top. So if he passes with this Charmander, we either win with a Mow Rotom, or I can go for content and take him out with the Mow Rotom EX. I'll probably do it for the content. Please do not tell me you have Rare Candy in hand. I'm going to be fuming if you do. You've got 5 Fire Energy in the discard pile. There is no way you have enough energy. Gets rid of the Charmander and a Boss. Yeah, I don't know what my opponent is playing. Kangaskhan EX? What? Oh, this guy's in my head. Hero's Cape is your A-spec? And he gets a triple draw for 3. Oh my god, I don't know what I'm facing. I mean, there's a good chance we hit the boss. But, in fact, do I thin first? Yeah, I thin first. So we'll Nest Ball for a Heat Rotom. Bench the Wash Rotom. Pokégear. Fail it. Pokégear. We get the boss. I'm going to do it for the content. Into the Rotom EX. We attach. We boss the Charmander. And we Thunderbolt with the Rotom EX for game. I've lost all my brain cells trying to compute that deck. Fair credit to my opponent, it's clearly doing them fairly well, but no, my head hurts after trying to compute that. Our brick start definitely didn't help, but we was able to take the win there. Oh, that hurt my head watching that deck. And we move up to Corviknight rank. I think he was actually a higher rank than me. I've not, I don't remember, to be brutally honest. My brain's that fried. I'll have to go back through the footage and take a look. So, what did I think to the deck? This deck does definitely have a lot of lines. I do think the Mela package, like at least 2 Fire Energy, I'd say. Maybe take 2 Lightning out, put 2 Fires in, plus a Mela. That could potentially be something you include. You know, like I did originally run that package. But, you know, there's a lot of like potential lines for that. And, you know, like, there's a lot of lines that this deck can do. Having the Clefairy is just so nice to have. If we didn't have the Clefairy, we would not have won that matchup. 100% we wouldn't. Same with well, we would have potentially, if we had access to Clefairy in the, you know, the first Lucario game, we could have potentially had the win there because of Clefairy. I think just playing Clefairy plus Lillie's Pearl, and besides, as I said, the Gadget Show Rotoms don't care what energy they run. Playing Lightning, playing Psychic clearly seems to be the best line, but I think if you cut one of each, so 1 Lightning, 1 Psychic, and you put in 2 Fires, and then you put in a Mela, just so you have that extra draw support, could potentially be something you look at, and I think it's definitely a consideration. Like I said, I just went with an easier build, because, you know, I wasn't really having much success with the Mela build, but after playing this build, I think it does need that extra support. But I'll be honest, this deck did pretty well. I mean, it went pretty much undefeated, so I can't argue with that. But other than that, there's not really much else I would consider. You know, like maybe some Ultra Balls, maybe something like Clavel as a supporter. You know, getting 3 Pokemon with less than 120 HP, benching multiple Rotoms in one turn. You know, instead of Treasure Tracker, maybe you could play Precious Trolley or something like that. Maybe play some more, or maybe play some Buddy Poffins and just focus on the Mow Rotom and the Lightning Rotom as your like main attackers, but have 1-ofs or 2-ofs of the Heat and the Wash. And obviously you need at least 2 Rotom EXs anyway. You know, there's a lot of potential growth for this deck, and I really do think it's got the legs to, you know, be a fun little rogue deck. But anyway, I'm going to leave you all to it for today. I need to go and rest my head after seeing that deck. No offense to my opponent, like I say, I'm not being that sort of person. I'm just very confused why it was that build, but anyway. Really hope you enjoyed today's deck on Rotom Box. Obviously, starting next week, obviously I would have made a post about it, because obviously this is the 5th video in the week, and obviously we go back to Sibling Sundays. I will be cutting my uploads down a little bit. Obviously, I'm currently doing 6 videos a week. I'll be doing, I think it's 4 videos a week I'm planning to do, just to make things a little bit easier on me, because obviously, you know, it's hard work for running 3 channels on your own. But yeah, starting from next week, I will be doing just 4 main videos a week, 3 regular deck gameplays, and also a Sibling Sunday episode. But anyway, I'm going to leave it all to it for today, and I'll see you next time.